Okay, so what do we got here? Chinese immigrant rips woke left. I am not going away. Well, firstly, you're not an immigrant. Firstly, if you're in the demographic of being American, you're no longer an immigrant. It doesn't matter whether you have a green card, doesn't matter if you have early paperwork or a profile for shaving. You're not an immigrant or a sovereign citizen under those kinds of ideas of the woke leftism of those kinds of interpretations. So immediately to be out here, you've already missed understanding as an immigrant. Somebody doesn't understand our laws well enough to represent the lawsuit. Somebody will get you out here and make money off of that because it's probably not going away.
She came to the U.S. with only $100 in her pocket and the dream of an education. Now, in a new op-ed, our next guest says, "No, I won't go home," in response to critics on the far left, who she says actually reject all immigrants who don't accept their ideology. That legal immigrant, Helen Raleigh, joins us now with more. Helen, thank you so much for being with us. You came, as was mentioned, from China 25 years ago with $100 in your pocket and a dream to be an American. Yet, still today, we're seeing exampple of folks on the left saying, no, we just want certain types of immigrants. Explain your op-ed.
I would like the good ones.
Thank you for having me, P. Yes,
that's just me personally. If I don't have to have uneducated people when a country is supposed to do educated people, and China's usually been pretty good about educating people. I heard they're real damn good at math as the basic common core. They have, no matter where you hit in the province over there, it's probably going to be good math. They can count like hell. You see them $2 bills? Fucking bang, hell yeah. Well, I take those ones, but I don't need them. I mean, I don't need money counters like that. And so as anybody outside of the local my Hancock,
because the United States is my home. I'm a naturalized citizen.
There's a reason why you could say we have fair rights in the town. You could say, well, there was property over there. It was for sale. I don't care about the family that walks into there, but there would be a basic brick structure of then that becomes a tax. That comes over the annual budget. Those things are filled in this year for entropy. They're not filled in this year. It's state, so we still pay taxes on it at the point while it's a property, it's owned. It's not foreclosed by the state or anything like that because, again, when it's foreclosed by the state, you're in the prison system. In your prison system, you're in an immigration system. You are integrating induction by a different form of what the math looks like, and you're an immigrant. You're not used to that type of time topology or system because it's clear, E0 to E1. A lot of people are not used to that type of math. And so when we get back to, again, why this would have been a suit against whoever she was going against for harassment and standards, they needed that suit because as an American, I wouldn't want them to bring up a standpoint of, well, here's an electron in an area that should pose money, should work, $100, work their way up, seen the story a million times before, works like an electron, works like a soldier in the National Guard, having 100% on the IQ or comparatively to 300 walking in the door and actually being useful.
And they want to shut us down and tell us to go home.
I know everybody can do that thing, especially when you come from certain cultural standards of that system, but you really find within inside the index of the graph, that's why you're not an immigrant. You're well within the pocket of being a normal American civilian. You shouldn't have been isolated or prosecuted against in any way. And so the squeaky on whatever census they were doing is an early warning, a Hunter's Prize, or whatever job they were doing, especially if it came from something high-end like a meeting council culture, because I wouldn't want that in the mafia. That's a great cloud effect of squeaky things later that says, no, that's not an auction now between 0 and 1, but turns into riots. That would be the calculus on the math for what those things look like. We have calculus. What is math behind calculus? How do they start? What are their long-term effects? What are people coming into an area where they don't belong normally under gravity, having immigration standards of different rabbit populations that change in ease on the calculator, though. It's different.